This is the next step. I have applied the first multiple layer of carbon on the mold. It is sticked with the help of this adhesive, which it could be dissolved in the epoxy resin. So it's a spray that helps to bond, to stack the carbon on the mold. We have one layer of 300 B diagonal, two layers of 167 twill, 0 degree, 90 degrees, and again the same 300 and two layers of 167. And what you see here, this is the core, and I have cut everything in pieces, and I've put some alphabet and number. So this B6, we have B5, and so the B6 is here, the B5 is here, and we continue B3, B2, and B1. Now that you start to guess what happens, we have the wall surface completed with our special form, 110 kilos cubic meters. And so I have cut in pieces to let the spore and do the spore. Because my mold is not so small, I have cut in the middle and after every 11 centimeters to try to take into account the real shape of the airfoil and the real coat. I suppose that I will have a reinforcement 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 spurs along the coats of the mold and the coats of the profile. Should be fine. I will give you some experiences on what I'm doing now. I will not buy again the 165 twill because that was very fragile when I was cutting it. It was very difficult to cut without damaging it, and just to move it, it was very difficult. So instead of this, I would prefer in the future to buy the multi-axis. So multi-axis is fiber 0 plus 45, 90. So it goes in every direction in the 6 axis, and you don't have to bother about symmetrical. I bought this 760 because it has very droppability, so you can come along very curvy wings, airfoil or mold. And yes, this one is very good for this. So if you have a fuselage like this, very like this, yes, it can twist a lot. We will do the spore. I will do the spore. I am now putting the spores inside the mold. So I have the multiple layers of carbon. I'll show you how I do this. So I cut some carbon. You shouldn't cut it too narrow. Okay. So position is okay. So you have to put some adhesive here on the carbon and on the foam, and you need to wait 20-30 seconds before it starts burning. Don't start to put your fingers into this because it will be a mess. So my technique now is to make the U with the spar along the corner of the foam. Is to do like this. So here, this is a mess. That's okay. So this 300 diagonal for the spar is really a piece of cake. No, really, it comes very easy. Another thing is you will have some carbon around the side, and you have to cut this step by step. I mean that you shouldn't wait more than 1000 grams, because after it will be very difficult to cut with scissors. And if you let all the carbon and decide to cut at the end of the job, so you remember I have almost 4000 grams of carbon, you will not cut it. It will be impossible. Even with some dedicated scissors, because this is standard scissors, this is special scissors, and I have two other. So this is a special scissor for mold, edge mold, and also Kevlar. And this one, I like it very much. It's not expensive, it cuts very nicely. You also need this, because from time to time you have to do this. Okay, so let's continue. I have like this band of carbon. Come on, baby. So I have a problem here. I have an offset due to the carbon. All carbon offsetted my last part of foam, so I need to recut. So it's not a big deal, that will offset all of this of 5 millimeters. Let's see now. Yeah, I like it. Where is carbon? Here it is. You need to push this side by side, and when you feel that the carbon is getting almost vertical, you wish to be vertical, that means that you are side by side. You need to push this side by side, and when you feel that the carbon is getting almost vertical, you wish to be vertical, that means that you are side by side between two blocks of foam. Yeah, that's good. Okay, and now we do this on this side. So we put some ball on the foam and side the carbon. So I need to wait a little, 30 seconds. I will trim in English. Yes, I remember right now. So I keep the carbon because maybe it will be useful in the future, these little pieces. And now let's go to finish. Yeah, I like it. It works like a dream. No, really. If you use another carbon, we have finished the first multiple layer of carbon, and we have finished the first layer of foam. So I have changed my mind because I will put 3 layers of foam. So I will change a little the organization of the multiple layer of carbon, but still respecting balanced and symmetrical wools